finished Head Over Heels by Karla Sorensen. It is performed in duet by Ryan West and Savannah Peachwood. So, first things first, I got my Savannah back. I love listening to Savannah. I think she's fantastic. And this book, I'll talk to you about this book and you'll know why Savannah was just like perfect. Ryan West, this is like, I think, only the second book I've done of Ryan, but man oh man, I am really loving listening to him. And yeah, definitely one if you haven't listened, you should check out. So, Head Over Heels follows the characters Ivy and Cameron. I know it was Cameron, I couldn't think of her name. Ivy and Cameron, they have a chance meeting in an elevator, and then that's it until she shows up and he is working with her, and it's, whoa, the tension is there. So it's no secret that I really struggle in books where the children that are adults are not able to do something or whatnot because their parents won't allow it. And I'm like, dude, you're an adult. And this book, I really felt like I understood. And I'll be honest, in a lot of books I don't understand, like, why they don't just say, screw off then. If you can't respect me as an adult to make my own decisions, and you're going to blackmail me or whatever, no. But in this book, I really felt Karla did such a good job of explaining how her entire life she had, for lack of a better word, been groomed to be this particular person in this particular way. Conditioned, maybe might be the better term, to be intertwined with her father because she didn't have her mother around. He has molded her into this person where, some people might call her a bitch, some people might call her a nice queen. I felt for her from the beginning and was like, I can't wait to see her, soften. Let's soften those edges and see that progression. And listening to that progression was just so fantastic. And the way Savannah performs it, and you can even, there's just those slight little changes in the voice where she goes from being that standoffish, nobody can hug me, nobody talk to me, I am, the boss when I walk in the room, because that's how she's been conditioned to be, always be there. Like, there was even a scene which I loved because she builds up a friendship with Cameron's sister, which nobody expects, and she's getting upset, and she says something like, are you about to cry? And she obviously says she is, and she's like, okay, I'm ready. Like, she didn't even know what to do in that situation. She didn't cry herself. And so it was such, I think, an important tiny part of the book, this tiny scene which just says so much about her, that she hadn't been around emotion, she wasn't allowed to be emotional herself. So, and she is around this family which are which is a big family. There's a family member, the dad, that is losing a battle for his life. Well, it's not a battle. He's not having treatment. And she's having connections with them and seeing that, that's how families should be. They should be supportive of each other. They shouldn't be punished because she refused to marry a business partner, so she was shipped away as a punishment. Like, she's an adult. Like, what the heck? And like, her dad wouldn't take her calls. And then when she finally has that, come to Jesus moment with him, he's like, what? I don't understand. Like, dude, you were not that dense, surely. But I think he was so convinced that he had molded her in such a way that she would always do what he wanted. And I loved that it was included that she said, you know what, no, this is what I'm doing. I want you to be a part of my life, but the ball is in your court. And it was just, however much I am one of those people that if there's a book with somebody, I'm more likely to be like harder on the heroine or not have a connection with them. I really loved this heroine. And then we have Cameron, and of course he's part of the Wilder family, who we met in the first book, One and Only, and he obviously was a big support for his sister going through her book, and so to actually have his be next I thought was great. And of course we meet Ian in this book, and he's, a grump, and it's like one of those where you're like, I cannot wait for his book. Now, a little bit of issue here. I have read his book. So listening to this one, I was like, just you wait, Ian. Just you wait. You've got it coming, dude. You've got it coming. I actually found this book really emotional, especially towards the end. Which isn't surprising. I think I've cried at every Karla book, so, But there are a few scenes with characters and the dad, and also with Ivy and how she comes to terms with things. It was just, yeah. I loved them as a couple. I thought they were great. I loved the tension between them, the way it built, and the narration again. I mean, I've spoken about Savannah, but Brian really gave Cameron this voice of kind of sweetness moments, like the way he voiced it, where you kind of felt like you could just go up to this character and they would give you a hug because of how they sounded. And it was just really such a fun, enjoyable listening experience. Yeah, if you haven't done this series or any of Karla's books, definitely recommend. I think you can do this book by itself, but I would recommend doing One and Only first, just to get more of the family dynamic and especially understand his connection with Greer, because that's an important part to it. Also, I'm going to need Poppy's book. Please and thank you.